What up, boys? It's Sturch. Today, I'm going to be taking you through the pre-ride activation routine that I use to win all my races. And it's going to make you feel like you are way too good for the category that you're in if you use these routines. So, for those of you that don't know who I am, I started cycling a little bit over a year ago, and I was a collegiate D cyclist in the beginning of February. And in just 1 month, I went from collegiate D to collegiate A, which for those of you that don't know what collegiate rankings are, it's pretty much equivalent from going from Cat 5 to Cat 2. And I did that by winning literally 3 races in a row, each at a higher category. So I won 3 races back to back to back. And I'm going to show you the pre-ride activation routine that I used to win those races today, so that you guys can also start winning races. So yeah, let's get into the video. You guys are really gonna like this and you're gonna learn a lot. So as you guys can see, we got the towel in the beach. This isn't normally where I do my pre-ride muscle activation routine, but for this video, it is. And before we get started, I just wanna tell you guys why I do this in the first place and why it's actually gonna help you win your next race. So we have like 4 main muscles that we use, or like muscle groups that we use on the bike that don't get activated 100% just by getting on the bike. And that's your glutes, your hamstrings, your hip flexors, and your core. All right, so your quads, they get activated when you're on the bike. Your calves are fine. I mean, you can do like 1 or 2 exercises, but it's not going to change much. This is the most optimal routine you can do. It takes the least amount of time, and you're still getting in super good quality exercises. So the reason you have to do it is because most people have a job and they sit down for a majority of their day, or you just like aren't moving much during your day because you're a cyclist and you have to move for like 2-3 hours in the day already. And what happens is your muscles get all tight, and then you slowly, your body over time, as you just like don't move throughout your day, your body will slowly lose its like mind to muscle connection and its ability to be able to turn on these muscles. And just by getting on the bike, unfortunately, won't activate the muscles. So what you have to do is supplement activation exercises like the ones I'm doing and going to show you right now to 100% fully activate your muscles. And I'm telling you guys, if you do this, there is a 100% chance that you will feel a difference in your numbers and just your power in general. Like, you will feel stronger, and that's because your body is going to be able to recruit more muscle fibers and use those muscle fibers to create more power. So you guys are going to get a huge benefit from this. What I like to do is do this as the last thing before I get on my bike. So if I'm riding at 9 a.m., I'm going to start doing these at 8:50 a.m. So it only takes about 10 minutes, and then I do 4 groups: my hamstrings, back the legs, my hip flexors, my core, and then last but most importantly, the glutes. And you always want to do the glutes last because this is the most important muscle that you want to activate, and you want to make sure they're fully activated right when you get on the bike and they don't like deactivate a little bit like the muscles that you activated in the beginning. So that being said, we're going to jump right into it. It's like 2 to 3 to 4 exercises for each thing. It takes like 2 minutes each muscle. Let's go. So the first thing we're starting out with is hamstrings. And I actually have no idea if I'm going to be able to do this on the sand. But the first thing is single leg RDLs. And normally I like to do this like holding on to a wall. And all you have to do is get a slight bend in the knee. And you're going to like bend forward like this. You're going to feel it in the hamstring. You want to go slow and controlled. And then I just like to do 5 each leg. So that's what it looks like. And normally, like I said, I like to hold on to something. You just go forward, stick your other leg out. Some people like to put their hands out to make it harder. I don't really think you need to do it harder, but yeah, you should feel it in the back of your leg. Just do 5 to 10 reps for each leg, depending on how tight you're feeling. And that is the first exercise. Now, the second exercise we're moving on to is going to be glute bridge walkouts, and this is also for your hamstring. So I'm going to lay down. So all you need to do for this one is get into a glute bridge, and then you're going to slowly walk out. You'll feel the burn in your hamstrings as you get further, and then once you get about here, slowly walk back in. All right, so you're going to do about 5 of these. Slowly walk back in. Make sure to keep the hips up. You want your line to be straight the whole time. That's it for hamstrings. Just 2 quick and simple exercises. And now we're going to move on to hip flexors. These are super important for cyclists. You want to make sure these are properly opened up and ready. 3 exercises for this one. Exercise number 1, the internet likes to call it the world's greatest stretch. I don't really have like a good name for it, but you're going to do this. Make sure both your arms and shoulders are inside this outside knee, so you're in like a lunge. And then you're going to take your arm in the middle and you're going to slowly reach up. I like to hold for like 3 seconds, and then you're going to come down. And I like to do 5 of these for each side. So these are super simple. I'll show you one with my other leg. These are great for the hip flexors. Just reach up, hold for 3 seconds, and come down. Bang. That's exercise number 1 for hip flexors. Exercise number 2 is leg swings. Unfortunately, I don't have a stripper pole to hold on to right now, but for this one, I also do normally hold on to something. So I like to do 10 reps each side, forward and backwards. So just progressively kick higher each time. So I like to do 10 reps each side, forwards and backwards. But then I also like to do the side to side leg swings just to supplement that. So yeah, this is impossible to balance right now, but you guys get the gist of it. I like to do 10 reps each side for that exercise as well. And then finally, third exercise, we got high knees. So I just do these in place. Just do it for like 15 seconds. You guys know what high knees are, and I'm not about to ride, so I'm not doing 15 seconds. Now we're moving on to core. This is a controversial one. Some people think that you don't need to activate your core, but I think activating your core helps a lot, because especially when you're doing hard efforts and you're really pushing into the pedals and your body starts like getting wiggly and squirming around on the saddle, you need to be able to stabilize your body, because if you don't stabilize your body, then you're going to just be like losing a ton of power to inefficient power transfer to the pedals, and we don't want to do that. So I think core plays a huge role. I feel a difference from it, and if I feel a difference, you guys are probably going to feel a difference, and it takes 1 minute, so we might as well do it. So first thing I do, 30-second plank, just like this. Don't let your butt dip, don't keep it too high. Everybody knows what a plank is. If you have bad form on a plank, you got big issues. All right, so yeah, I like to do 30 seconds of that, and then 15 seconds side planks. I just put my hand right here. Some people like to put it up here to make it harder. And yeah, I do 15 seconds each side. I'm not showing you the other side. All right, and then 2 more. This one is called cat and dog or something. Bird dog. Oh yeah, bird dogs. So all you want to do is get on all 4s on your knees. And then you're going to take your right arm and your left leg, and you're going to reach it out and turn into like a bird, and then you're back to a dog, and then you just like switch. And I like to do 10 of these for each side. When you do these, I like to pretend that I'm like scooping up with my arm instead of just sticking it out there, and same with my leg. So like scoop instead of like extend. And that's how you like really engage the core. So do 10 reps each side for that. And then final core exercise. Same thing, except inverse. Lay on your back. This is called dead bugs. Arm straight up. Bang. 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 10 reps each side. Same thing. And that's it for core. Takes like 2 minutes max. Now we're moving on to the most important part. For rides that aren't races or FTPs or super important workouts, I only do glute activation because this is where you're going to get the most benefits from. You get the most difference from activating your glutes. And the difference you get from activating your core, hip flexors, and hamstrings is very small, but for races and tests and important workouts, it's absolutely necessary. But for Rico rides, I always do glutes, and for zone 2 rides, always do glutes. And on top of that, another reason I do it is because I got a bad knee, and when you activate your glutes, you're just giving yourself injury prevention for your knees because it helps stabilize your knees. So that's why I always do glutes. But yeah, this is the most important one. For glutes, you do need a piece of equipment. We got this band right here. This is important. You use it for like everything. So today we're gonna do 3 exercises. They're all short and simple. The first one is banded glute bridges. You actually need the band for every single exercise, but I do have a routine that's not with a band. If you guys want that, just leave a comment. So yeah, this one, just doing glute bridges again. I like to do 15 reps and then 2 sets. So that's 1 rep. That's 2. You want to keep your toes off the ground a little bit. 3. And then at the top, squeeze your butt cheeks. 4. These shouldn't be easy. They should be a bit hard. And now we're moving into the second exercise. Once we do 2 sets of 15 glute bridges, we're going to do clamshells. So this one is hard. You really don't get much space in between here, and that's okay. Because the goal is to make sure your hip right here doesn't open. This is only your glutes. You only want to use your glutes. And I like to do 20 reps each side. So your glutes are really going to be burning after that one. And then once you are finished with those 2, this is the most important one. I always save it for last. The banded monster walks or lateral walks, whatever you want to call it. Slight bend in the knees. Take a step out. Slowly place your foot. I like to do mine in sets of 10, but if I did that right now, I'd go out of the frame. So I'm just going to do 3. So you want to do slow and controlled. You do not want to do these fast. This is the most important exercise of the whole routine. My glutes are already burning a ton right now. So that's all for the exercises. Literally like 3 exercises for each muscle group. We got core, glutes, hip flexors, and hamstrings. Now we're completely activated, and this is when I would get on my bike, go for a ride, do my workout, do my tests, do a race, because my muscles are all fully activated, fully firing, and we're recruiting way more muscle fibers than normal. So power numbers are going to be easier. Power transfer is going to be way more efficient. And yeah, you guys are going to feel way better if you do this routine exactly how I said to. Do those reps, do those sets. Make sure you got one of these. This is like the size of mine. It's like low key from like my palm to my elbow. I honestly need a smaller one because I'm getting a little too strong for the lateral walks. But yeah, I hope you guys learned something from that. Make sure to try this out for your next race day or workout if you want to try it out before a race. And I promise you, you will see a huge difference when you activate these muscles. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.